Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mystic Journeys. HB, Nerdy, and Derek. How are you guys?
Doing
Doing
well, thank you.
great.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good. Started to get into the agreements reading today. We're picking back up on the second agreement. Don't take things personally. We've already started on it a little bit, so we're picking back up on it for you guys.
Pick back up on page 53.
53. Okay. So let me grab my book. You
We
can
don't have to
start
start, we
there
don't
if
have
you'd
to
like.
start right away. We can wait a little bit. We can, chat a little
Okay.
bit.
Sweet. Sweet. Cool. Appreciate everyone joining us tonight. If you guys got any questions or anything along the way, drop them in the chat.
We're glad you can make it tonight. Joe Dees, Anthony Hunt, and Magic
Cheers, boys.
David. Always glad you guys could make it. Welcome.
Cheers.
Happy Friday.
Cheers.
So, how you guys have anything new going on this week?
I just been playing this poll.
Cold.
Yeah, I think I just picked it up from him.
I think Derek's talking temperature.
No,
Yeah, a little bit of a
both.
sinus
Both.
thing.
I've been taking Theraflu and everything, and this stuff here, this body armor, super hydration. That's been helping a lot. Like since I've been drinking that hydration's really kicked in, and I've been feeling a lot better. I've been sleeping a lot. It just wore out. It's rough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was up too late last night, and I woke up with a massive migraine. I've been dealing with it all day. It's been a pretty rough one, and now I'm trying to get ready for the grand opening tomorrow. So I got to make a bunch of candy and things like that. Finishing up my mushroom extracts in the kitchen. It's just a lot, juggling a lot all the time, but I'll get through it.
You're doing it, man. You're paving the way for us. Appreciate all you guys' hard work behind the scenes, and because even whenever you're just not feeling good, just showing up on the show, be really super draining sometimes. I appreciate you guys. One more time, Nerdy. What page are we starting off on?
It's going to be at the leaf in the middle of page 53.
53. Yeah, our books are a little different. I don't got a leaf on that page.
You don't have a leaf on that page, so it starts at whenever people do, feel, think, or say. So it's like the start of the paragraph in the middle of that page. But yeah, so Chris, his grand opening is tomorrow, and as you guys know, or some of you may already know, by looking at some of his websites, that he's really into
maybe
flamingo.
page 59. I'm sorry, maybe page 59 HB. If you're in a hardcover, it's on page 59.
Oh, you have a hardcover?
I have a hardcover and a.
I'm
all for agreement up.
It's not there either. I got a soft cover, but mine's not there either.
Yeah, mine's like that, and yeah, it's page 53.
Huh.
Oh, because I grabbed the wrong one. I'm in the companion book. No wonder. Sorry, hold on. I'm gonna grab the right one. Maybe I'll be in the right book.
Say, yours had something different on the front. Yours had something different on the front there.
Yeah, it's the companion book. It's just like one of the little leaves that's on there.
Speaking of books, though, another book. This one here, I just started reading, and it's pretty good. Find Your Why.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, okay. Cool.
We were talking off of on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Cool. So I was like 20 pages in before we had the show on Wednesday. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you think so far?
It's a good book. Seems pretty awesome. I like it.
Who wrote it? Because what's their
Simon Sinek.
Okay. Do you know anything about them?
And it's a best-selling author of Start With Why. It was just like I go on eBay, and a lot of the books, like a lot of the deals are like buy 3 get 1 free. So then I'll just kind of randomly, select a book from something that sounds good. And this was one of those. I never heard of him before, but he has another book there, Start With Why. But I like how this one starts. And basically, he's talking to someone on a plane and saying, like, what do you do for work and why? And then getting into it, and it's like this guy, he sells minerals, but he does it because he likes the environment. So that's why he's doing it, not just to sell, but because he likes the process and everything.
It gets him out there
Yeah.
in the environment. That's cool.
Yeah.
And I know they say not to judge a book by its cover, but what a great title.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good one.
Yeah. I hope everyone's staying warm tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, cheers. We'll get into the reading here in just a couple of minutes, guys.
I think I'm ready when you guys are.
We can pull the trigger if you'd like. We're starting off on page 53, in the middle of page 53 at the leaf.
All right. You do have the leaf. Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Whatever people do, feel, think, or say, don't take it personally. If they tell you how wonderful you are, they're not saying that because of you. You know that you are wonderful. It is not necessary to believe other people who will tell you that you are wonderful. Don't take anything personally. Even if someone got a gun and shot you in the head, it was nothing personal, even at that extreme. Even the opinions you have about yourself are not necessarily true. Therefore, you don't need to take whatever you hear in your own mind personally. The mind has the ability to talk to itself, but it also has the ability to hear information that is available from other realms. Sometimes you hear a voice in your mind. You may wonder where it came from. This voice may have come from another reality in which there are living things very similar to the human mind. The Toltecs called these beings allies. In Europe, Africa, and India, they called them the gods. Our mind also exists in the level of the gods. Our mind also lives in that reality and can perceive that reality. Just 1 second, I need to drink of water. My throat's a little dry. The mind sees with the eyes and perceives this waking reality. But the mind also sees and perceives without the eyes, although the reason is hardly aware of this perception. The mind lives in more than one dimension. There may be times when you have ideas that don't originate in your mind, but you are perceiving them with your mind. You have the right to believe or not believe these voices and the right not to take what they say personally. We have a choice whether or not to believe the voices we hear within our own minds, just as we have a choice of what to believe and agree with in the dreams of the planet. The mind can also talk and listen to itself. The mind is divided as the body is divided, just as you can say, I have one head and I can shake my other hand. I have one hand and I can shake my other hand and feel the other hand. The mind can talk to itself. Part of the mind is speaking and the other part is listening. It is a big problem when 1,000 parts of your mind are all speaking at the same time. This is called a mitote, remember? The mitote can be compared to a large marketplace where thousands of people are talking and bartering at the same time. Each one has different thoughts and feelings. Each one has a different point of view. The programming in the mind, all of these programs we have made, are not necessarily compatible with each other. Every agreement is like a separate living being. It has its own personality and its own voice. There are conflicting agreements that go against other agreements, and on until it becomes a big war in the mind. The mitote is the reason humans hardly know what they want, how they want it, or when they want it. They don't agree with themselves because there are parts of the mind that want one thing and other parts of the exact opposite. Some parts of the mind, some part of the mind has objections to certain thoughts and actions, and another part supports the actions as of the opposing thoughts. As these little living beings create inner conflict because they are alive and they each have a voice. Only by making an inventory of our agreements will we uncover all of the conflicts in the mind and eventually make order out of the chaos of the mitote. And let's stop there at the next leaf. And then that'll leave
Okay,
us
perfect.
one more little section of this chapter, and then we'll be in the third agreement.
Sounds good, man. We're moving right on along. We'll be at the fifth agreement before we know it.
So these
Um,
agreements are basically the gremlins, as we've talked about in the past, that you kind of need to keep in check. As you know, there's a lot of conflicting ideas and thoughts in there, and you can't let that get to you. Stop taking things so personally, even when it's in your own mind.
100%.
That's a tough one though. If someone shoots you in the head, don't take it
I
personally.
know.
Really?
That's what I was just
dude,
gonna say.
Well,
It proves the point, though, why everyone takes things personally, because there might be somebody who's really sweet and kind, but yet their daughter dies and they lose their agreements. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But we should always hold on to those agreements, especially when it's hard.
if someone shoots me in the head, I know that it wasn't me. I didn't do anything to deserve that. It wasn't personal.
100%.
They did it for something, and it was because of something in their head, not mine.
100%.
But yeah, that's pretty.
I always say it's not your responsibility to control what people think about you, and that means good and bad. And this is why I always use this, because it equates to the second agreement, that if somebody looks at you and says, "Man, you're the best, nerdy. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're doing all this stuff." It's like, you know who you are and how you are. You don't need them to validate you. Just like if somebody walked up and said, "You're stupid, you're dumb, and you're never going to amount to anything," you know those are just words. And it's not really who you are, because they're just projecting. I equate this to the Akashic records. I spoke about this a little bit. We'll actually get into depth into this later on in the future, but the Akashic records is the idea that there's a metaphysical space that exists outside of time and our space, and to a different dimension, that all thoughts and feelings and everything that's ever happened in humanity and all across the universe it goes into this database. That whenever you're hearing a song, and the reason why you're feeling the pull of that song is because it's been played and the emotions have been built up over the years of this song. Or maybe the reason why a song feels new is because it's new, or an emotion feels new. Terrence McKenna was a big believer in this, and kind of equated it to the reason why we have proteges who were like 3 years old and could master a guitar, where whenever guitars first came out, there wasn't that many people who could do it. But the more people that learned, they put this information into this database called the Akashic Records, and people were able to receive back from that. And so these quote unquote gremlins that you're referring to, and the subconscious thoughts, as he put it, I think these things sometimes come from the outside. They don't come from us. Obviously, we do have thoughts. We have thought like, oh, what are we going to eat today or whatever. But I think thoughts and emotions that make us want to step out and do something outside of ourselves, they come from the universe. Thoughts like art and music, and whenever we're sitting there writing the song or playing like a song on guitar or whatever it is, like it's coming from the universe. We're just radio towers for it, because the universe doesn't have hands to be able to write, so it uses us to do it. And that's just my interpretation, but it would exactly explain what he's speaking about here.
There's a video that I wish I could play right now. I don't know how to look it up on the spot, on the fly right now, but there was a speaker who was talking about how there's the different dimensions, and how basically we actually exist in the fifth dimension. But what are the different dimensions? The first dimension is like, it's like 1 point singular, it's a dot. And then 2 dimensions, it's like a line. 3 dimensions,
Space.
it's like you start getting it like space, 3-dimensional, and then 4th dimension's time. But the way he was putting it, it was more like kind of like a 3D grid. There's like forward, backward, there's side to side, there's up and down. That's 1, 2, 3. And then there's the one that we always forget is the in and out. Yeah, so it's kind of that one other dimension that we never really think about is the inside and outside. And I thought that was really, really interesting. And he was kind of explaining it was that like we kind of exist in that other dimension that we never really think about. It's that inner mind, it's that inner voice that talks to you. That's where it is because it's not here. And it can think and it can see the future, it can see the past, it has a lot of interesting abilities. It can imagine things too.
Me and Magic David were talking about this before the show. Are you familiar with Adventure Time?
Oh yeah.
Well, in that show,
who you think you're talking to?
A nerd, I guess. But in that show, there's a fourth dimensional creature called Prismo, and he's really just a shadow on a wall. Like anywhere the wall goes, he falls up against it. But that's his whole thing. When you go to that space, is that no time passes. You can go in and enjoy yourself for hours and days on end, and no time at all passes. And yeah, but in that show, with Prismo, it's exactly what you said. He's all knowing. He knows about everything, and you have to go to that space to be able to get it. It's a different dimension. It's also out of our comprehension, our reality.
Adventure Time has a lot of really, really good lessons to teach.
Definitely,
people of all ages. It's great stuff.
Yep, couldn't agree more, man.
It shows deep.
Yeah, me and my buddy are always quoting it. we might talk about it a little bit later on. It'd be cool to like break down the analysis of it. There's a couple shows we could do that with. Derek, you got anything on that, man? What about maybe anything about the second agreement in general?
Yeah, I think a lot of us get lost with taking things personally, and I think we've really gone weak and gotten away from like when I was a kid. We was pretty much taught words don't hold power over you versus
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Yeah, and now you see people all the time. They someone calls someone a name and then they go flying off and hitting them. And it's like,
man.
An emotional intelligence has just gone 100%. Out the window. And they use that as a defense. Well, he said this or that, I mean, when we were kids, so, you get into a fight, like, he said something about my mom. Oh, you know what I mean? And, but that was kid shit. But now we see adults behaving like that. And it's just like the emotional intelligence is, I think, at an all-time low. Where we have all the technology and all this information, we should be doing better. We should be doing a lot better. But people are being excused for this behavior, and it's really kind of depressing to see people behave like that. And use it as an excuse. Well, he called me this or he called me that. That's not a reason to put your hands on someone. But if someone puts their hands on you, then they're gonna get what they get. You know what I mean? You got to defend yourself. I'm not gonna let someone put their hands on me and not swing back. That's just how that goes. And that's. But if someone calls me a name and says something about me, that's no reason to hit someone. That's something that you can think about. Like you said, like that's them reflecting, or you don't have to take it personally. But if someone puts their hands on you, I take it personally still. And I see online, like I watch some of the street preachers, and they're out there and they're ministering on the sidewalk, and they get assaulted a lot, and they're able to control themselves, and that's something. That's something I think I envy them about that they can do. Because they're still trying to preach the gospel while people are trying to assault them. Where as soon as someone puts their hands on me, I'm going to be putting my hands back on them. So I think that's pretty strong of them that they're able to do that. And that's probably the Holy Spirit working through them. But I don't have that same amount of self-control that they do. But just calling someone names, I wouldn't be able to.
You're also not obligated to follow the same rules as them. We are, they have a strict code that they follow where I personally firmly believe in defending yourself if someone attacks you.
Yeah.
But to what extent should you kill them? I don't.
No.
That's
No. I
that's
mean,
that's pretty extreme.
no.
But and also someone calls you a name, so
Right.
who-
Yeah, you said it, man. I
That's-
think that we
that's-
create our own hell because you said that when people take things personally, the emotional immaturity is less now than ever. And people want to blame the media and they want to blame the government. And yeah, the media and the government, they have so much impact on our environment, who we are as a society, but we create that hell. And if you're arguing with somebody who's saying something negative to you and fighting them, getting in an altercation with them instead of trying to help them and make them a better person, therefore, making the society a better place, and ensuring that that person won't treat anyone else like that, then you make the world a better place. But instead, if all we do is act like, no, you're wrong, no, you're wrong, no, you're wrong, rather than just coming to the conclusion that, hey, you know what, let's just agree to disagree and take the best out of each other and move on from the rest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
it's having that level of emotional maturity and self-control and understanding the difference between I need to defend myself right now or
Yeah.
like this person's just immature jackass and I don't need to waste my time or energy thinking about them.
Yeah.
I say this to people all the time, man, and it pisses people off, but it is what it is. You have to learn how to grow up because nobody can do it for you. Your mommy and your daddy can't help you grow up. They can until you're like 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. But after that, you have to grow up on your own. You have to take charge and take the reins. If you're 30 or 40, 50 years old arguing with people like a fucking buffoon, you have no way to blame but yourself.
Arguing on the internet's useless.
Yeah.
Or
A
anywhere.
lot of times you're arguing with a
Anywhere.
bot.
You have to grow up, man. You got to be the one to fucking take control of your life. Nothing changes when nothing changes. And if you're living in shambles and you try to blame everybody for your problems, it's a sad life.
Mm-hmm.
You little do you know that you have the power, and everyone's been telling you and showing you how to do it. Love and kindness is the answer.
This kind of reminds me of something that Pop said a while back. It's not in many of my journals, but it definitely stuck with me. Maybe the bottom of my shoe. But he said that if you see a piece of shit on the sidewalk, you don't stand over it and yell at it. It's like, you're a piece of shit. You don't belong there. How dare you be there in my way? You walk around it and you be on your day and you
Forget about it.
You forget about it. And that piece of shit knows it's a piece of shit. You don't need to tell it.
Right.
And
even if it doesn't know, it's not like you're going to bring it to its enlightenment.
It's up to you to be aware enough to recognize it and walk around it.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that the conversation we're having here is like, what's the fine line? Where do you take things personal?
Mm-hmm.
And I stand on the 4 agreements, and I just choose to not take anything personally. And if I do, I have regrets at the end of the day. If I do,
yeah.
Even if somebody shoots me, you know what I mean? It's like, it's just the type of person I am. It's called having integrity and being impeccable.
It's a matter of taking care of and maintaining my own mental health for my own sake. I don't give I don't give other people that kind of control over my mental health anymore. Someone has someone lies about me. Okay, sure. People who know me know better. They know that I'm not like that. I don't do stupid.
It's the one thing people can't take from you is your happiness.
Yeah. But yeah, just be good. What was that one thing that Cobalt said? Let me think. Just
be good and good things will happen to you.
Just decide you want to be a good person and you will feel less lost.
Yep.
And that one also stuck with me. Just decide you want to be a good person. Stop trying to judge everyone and everything and just mind your business.
For real. Well said. Like you don't have dirt in the closet anyway. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody perfect to be judging people, dude.
Yeah, I'm nobody, man. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm just trying to figure shit out just like everybody else.
Yep. And this is what I always try to tell people. Like, if you're judging people, you're not perfect because a perfect person would never judge anyone. So just keep that in mind. You have a lot of work to do on yourself if you're judging anyone or hating anyone or have sorrow for anyone. And that's what I was saying. The ultimate test for me is like, if you're a parent, like you dedicate your life to your children. So if somebody kills your kid and you it's hard to choose forgiveness. And honestly, if somebody wanted to retaliate, I would completely understand, but I would not agree. You know what I mean? because that's taking it personally. How I would react in a situation like that might not be any different. Who knows? Like I
And
said,
just
I'm
because
not a master of the four
somebody
agreements. I'm a practicer.
and just because I saw hate in someone's heart last week doesn't mean they've gotten rid of it and changed this week. Everybody's
And it
changing.
doesn't mean they did, but
I know, but you know,
you have to have
everybody's
an open mind and an open heart.
That's the one thing I'm most careful of is when I see hate in people's heart. That's no way to live.
100%. It's just like that
But
Gandhi quote that I
I'm
had.
just
I'm
gonna
gonna pull it back up.
do my best to set a good example to them. It's not my place to tell them that they're wrong.
I think
But
a lot of
sometimes,
people, though, a lot of people when they're experiencing hate, you know, you're just seeing them at their worst moment. You know, just like in like say like road rage. You know, they could be the sweetest person, but for whatever reason, things just go wrong. And in that moment, they make a lot of bad decisions. But you know, if the family members or whatever, you know, they're on TV saying, you know, they was such a kind person, and you know, they were in disbelief at the actions and the what had happened. You know, so I think a lot of times, most of us we do good, but we do have those bad times, and that's that's what people see as the worst. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah, that Gandhi quote says, "When I despair, I remember that all through history, the way of truth and love have always won. There have been tyrants, murderers for a long time, and they can seem invincible, but in the end, they always fall. Think of it always. 100%. Evil will not prevail." And I was just telling my buddy this before the show because we were having this whole conversation because we were talking about the agreements. And my favorite thing is to watch people who are in it for the wrong reasons fall. I love to watch them climb up that hill and then to get there and realize they didn't bring the right equipment and then they fall down. I love watching that. I know it's kind of cynical of me, but um, yeah, it's what teaches people the lessons of if you're a
Well,
narcissist, you're in it for the wrong reasons, no
I
matter what
see
you're doing.
I see a lot of people my age, or approaching my age, better way to put it, when people are approaching their 40s, and they're realizing that they had their ladder up against the wrong wall, and I find it more sad, and I just want like how can I help you get your ladder moved over? How do I help you get to the right spot where you're not so freaked out about your current situation and you're about to hit 40. I'm like, I'm over 40 and I'm like, yeah, I understand where they're coming from, but a lot of the greatest coolest people that I admire that have existed over throughout history, they didn't really hit their stride until after their 40s or something. I
Right.
think 60s for some people. But
Right.
yeah, there's a
Mm.
lot of learning and a lot of building you got to work up to that.
Yeah, definitely. That's the detriment is that the older you are, the more stuck in your ways you are, but eventually you just get tired of your own bullshit and want to
Mhm.
change. I'm tired of this. Let me just switch up my life, do something
Yeah,
different.
yeah, that's something that I think a lot of people my age come to the conclusion of is I'm tired of my own bullshit, but I'm also tired of a lot of
Waking up
other
with that
people's
shit every
bullshit.
day, dude.
But
And the
I'm done
problem is
let
when you sleep with all that bullshit and you eat all that bullshit and you drink
I'm
all that bullshit
I'm
and
done
ingest all
letting
that bullshit in all the forms is that it takes a long time to get that stink off
right.
of you.
But I
Years
have
and
a
years.
choice to let that bullshit in.
Yeah, you did.
If I
But a
don't
lot of
pay
people like it and they say they don't. They act like they don't. But really, how could you not if you're living in it?
Mm. We all suffer
Stan
in our own
Lee,
ways.
Stan Lee, he was what in his 50s or older when he got his thing going.
Stan Lee, yeah,
Maybe.
he did
I don't
start
know about
small,
that.
but he's always had those big ambitions. But he started in the military. Stan Lee.
Okay. If you guys haven't seen his show, Stanley's Superhumans, you have to check it. I think there's like 3 seasons. It is amazing. It will change your life and the way you look at the world around us. There are people that live in our society that are superhumans. And
Yeah,
this is what I always try to say, like people want to meet somebody famous or so I think that there are regular people that are famous that I want to meet that are
like
nobodies to us, but
like
everything to the world.
I think Stan Lee is one of those people that
I
really,
think so
really,
too, bro. No doubt. He was the fucking Colson that you were talking about. He's like the leader of the Avengers, if
yeah,
there
he's
ever was one.
responsible for so many of the Marvel superheroes and so many of those morals of the stories. And he's the inventor of Spider-Man, my favorite superhero.
Right.
So I've met him once. That was cool.
Okay.
Got his autograph. But yeah, it was really, really interesting seeing him, and he was he really, really made such an impact on me. It's interesting. Yeah, meeting your heroes it's never what you think it's going to be like.
It's a weird experience, I bet.
Yeah,
Nerdy, have you ever
That's why I
made it
don't
to a
idolize
Comic-Con?
people, man.
a few.
Nice, awesome,
That's where I got his autograph.
awesome.
But yeah, it wasn't cheap. It wasn't cheap. But I do, and I got him to sign my Amazing Spider-Man 700, which is the Death of Spider-Man. And I was like, if I'm having to sign any book, it's going to be that one, because it's one of those key issues for me that, like, it's right before Superior Spider-Man, and like it's a really, really sad moment where, like, oh man, Peter Parker died, and he's like, but it wasn't the end. It never is. It's just the beginning. Excelsior. Anyways, I'm not nerdy.
Just reading comments
Oh,
here.
man. But yeah, Stan Lee. There's a lot of writers, comic book writers that I really admire. But
Let me read some comments here.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's just even the ones that have that darker side, because those I feel like are far more realistic, far more human.
Yeah, man.
Characters
That's what I was
that
saying.
the ones that have a hard time controlling their anger, like
Yep.
Spider-Man 2099 or Superior Spider-Man, which is the one that took over after 700.
Well
It's-
said.
It's like the more violent ones are the ones that
It's not like the
feel
Suicide Squad
a little more
for
drawn
that
to.
exact reason. The underdogs.
Yeah.
I was just telling my buddy that for the show, man. You know, that's the thing about me that, you know, I try to empathize with people and see what they see in me whenever they see good, without taking it personally. But one thing that I was saying that I know, like, I'm just genuine. I'm not the best person. I'm not the kindest person. I'm not the smartest person. But I'm just me. I just say what I say. I am who I am. I say how I feel. If I'm wrong, I'll come back and check myself. I'm just me, and it adds so many charisma points, if you will, as opposed to, like, those are way more valuable than knowledge points or, you know, sympathy
Being
points or empathy points.
Being authentic is very important.
It pays off, man, because it allows you to discover who you really are without being, I mean, it's our fifth agreement, without being told by our society what to think.
Mm.
Let me read some comments here real fast. We got Anthony in the chat. Within the past year, I've learned from Pops and y'all that argue with a person is very rarely worth it. Oh yeah, 100%. It's not worth your energy. My friend says that a lot. There's people there, they suck away your energy. It's your energy vampires. I'm sure you guys have heard this before, and that's how negative people are. Cheers, Streety. What's up, buddy? Hendrix, cheers. The victim mindset gives power away, says Streety. Rationalization doesn't fully develop till like age 12. Grade development is until 25. So it actually does take parents staying involved until they actually, but I hear you, HB. Yeah, 100%. I was just, there's this book on parenting that this guy was reading, and it was rehashing out what he was saying. Like, raising a kid is like steering a ship. It's like you can kind of guide them where you want to go, but if they decide where they want to go, it's their ship, it's their life. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you make a great point. I think that nothing's black and white. So there's definitely a gray area there, 100%, depending on the kid's mental state, right, or their financial state, or any of this. So you make a great point, man. Shruti says, I think. Sorry, go ahead.
It takes a village, you know. Like you as a parent, you can do your best, but if you're sending your kid out there and they're not amongst good villagers, you know, that's why we have to be, you know, surround ourselves even throughout all our age, you know, with good people, but especially our children, to have them, you know, be around the right people and like kind of guide them with their friends, you know, because there are bad influences and you know, even for adults, but I really like that, you know, it takes a village, and, you know, surround yourself with good villagers.
That's the only argument that I'm trying to make, is that, you know, your parents can raise you crappy, and you can't blame them. You have to learn how to fix yourself. It
Yeah.
might make it harder. I'm not saying that. It might make it 10
Right.
times harder for you to do it than your friend who was raised with his caring parents, but it's no
Mhm.
excuse.
Right.
Just because you have to carry more weight doesn't mean anything. You just have to adapt your life to it and figure out how to mold.
Use it
Shruti
in
says
your
here,
life context today. Don't use it as an
yeah,
excuse. It's context.
yeah, man.
It's an
Yeah. Use
explanation.
it as an opportunity. Life isn't happening to you, it's
Right.
happening for you.
And it gives you a
Yes.
place to look to. It's like, look, this is how I don't want my life to be. I want it to
Yes.
be this way. So it gives
Yep.
you a direction too. If you're coming from a bad place, it gives your life context. You're in a better place now.
Mhm.
You know?
100%. Well said, man. Street says here that I think that people take things personally when they actually believe something that was said about themselves. If we're taking context or conversations, or if we're talking conversation context, 100%. I say this a lot. And there's a feeling inside of us whenever somebody says something, like say that we didn't shower and somebody says, hey man, you stink. And you're like, you feel that feeling and you're like, oh man, I feel like so embarrassed. It's because you need to shower because you stink. It's not because they were trying to offend you. And even if they were trying to offend you, it can only work if it's true. And that's what we need to remember. That's a great example, Streety. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one's looking. Joe D's, yes, 100%, brother. I always say, live your life like everyone's looking. Live your life like you're on camera always. Your life will be better in the end. Regret is a bummer, 100%. Hendrix. Hate never feels good. Yep. I think it's more of a mindset of empathy and being able to know whatever someone does to you, something in their past life caused them to do it or be the way they are, and realizing we've been there. Joe D's. Don't take it personally because it wasn't you that caused their actions. 100%, man. Just because people say it doesn't make it true. Tree says here, as we get older, we stop challenging ourselves. Then after years of conformability, we fall out of practice. Yep, that's true, man. Because even people who practice can always lose that way. You have to constantly keep going to the mental gym, or else you could fall back into those old patterns, especially if you were raised that way. Cool, man. Thank you guys so much for the comments in here. I like you guys' perspective. Everybody's saying some good stuff in here. Tomorrow we got Ripping with HB. We're doing the Doors. Next week. Well, yeah, the Doors, man. I'm excited about this. As everyone may or may not know, Morrison was a member of the 27 Club, which is people who passed away at the time they were 27 years old. So super young. You might not think of him that way, but he was just a kid, man. And he'd already done so much and changed the world. So we're going to cover that. And next week, we'll cover Marshall Tucker. And the week after, we'll be covering Hayley Williams solo. And then we'll be covering Paramore as well, too. Get a girl in the mix. So, yeah, you guys stay tuned for that. You guys don't also forget, I'm going to do the shtick here. Derek Bible studies on Tuesdays. Every show Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 EST. And you guys, we're doing promotion right now still for the chocolate bar on the website if you guys want to sign up for our membership. If you guys have any questions about it, just reach out to us.
Yeah. Oh, but
you got no snacks, Nerdy? Oh, it's weird not seeing you with the candy.
I do have some candy.
Okay. Pull it out, buddy.
Got one of these puppies here. I got the big bag. So I'm a Pika Frizz.
What is this?
I am strawberry fine. It's,
oh my gosh.
Vero makes it. And
is it Spanish candy?
It's it's one of those Mexico candies from Mexico. So it's like, you know those cherry balls, the American cherry balls, but it's like it's got some salt in it. So it's like strawberry, but it's
chili pepper.
No chili pepper and not in this one. But it's
those are super good, Derek. I've had those.
But it's got some salt in it, and it's like one of those old school cherry balls, but it's strawberry. They have different flavors too. They got mango and different flavors you like, but I was feeling
I love those candies like that, where it's like salty and sweet.
I was feeling strawberry fine.
My gosh. Yeah, I've had the same exact ones that you have, Derek, and they're really delicious.
Here, pineapple.
Yep, you get them at Walmart. Yeah,
Plant-based dyes. Yeah, they're interesting, but in the ingredients, pineapple. I don't even see pineapple.
Oh, correction.
wow,
Coated in chili and sugar.
that's what I thought. I knew it had to be chili pepper in there as well. It's just like very mild.
I can taste it this time. Yep, it's actually
Uh-huh.
spicy.
Yeah, probably got a little hot part.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
I love candies like that, man. They make guava rolls like that as well, like chamoy rolls.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like different fruits and stuff. Tamarind rolls.
I love trying the snacks from other cultures. That's one of
Me
my
too.
great things.
I'm obsessed with it. I've been doing it for like, yeah, man. I've been doing it for like 4 years probably. Going all around. Australia's got some really nice candy. India's got really nice candy. Obviously, China's got really nice candy. Yeah, all across the world. That's why I keep trying to tell people, man. I guarantee everybody, even if you're well versed and well traveled, your perspective of reality is very narrow. And there's always more to learn about the world and about cultures and their foods and everything that's going on. And that's what I was just saying to my buddy for the show. People got to get their fingers in life. They got to reach out into the dirt of life and pick it up and just let it run through their fingers. Like experience life, grab it by your hands, feel it, live it, love it. There's so much going on. That's why we kind of like to do this part of the show where we're just kind of talking about candy. It's casual, but it's about perspective, about opening, finding something new from a different place or a different person.
I got some lollipops in Mexico before, and I didn't know that they did that sweet and spicy. You know, with the cayenne pepper in them and stuff like that.
Chili peppers.
And I got some different candies. You know, I didn't even know like what they said on them, but I just knew they were candies, and yeah, those were interesting. And I'm not going to say I'm not a fan, but you know, I think they're an acquired taste. You know, you
takes
want
a minute for your palate to adjust for sure.
Yeah.
You've never
it's
had
like
it.
this sweet heat. Like, what's going on here?
I always said it's like those aloe drinks. Like the first one you drink is really nasty, but then after that you just love them. So
Yeah, I do like those a lot. With the
Circus
bits floating
peanuts.
around in them. Yeah.
Mike Baraball picked up some circus peanuts. What do you think, Mike Baraball? Are they good? Bad? What do you think?
And or are they banana?
Are they even banana flavored? I'm telling you,
are they even banana?
I think personally they taste more natural banana than actual banana candy. If you think about that, it's more like a ripe banana. It's pretty good. I tried a really interesting thing with circus peanuts because I personally like circus peanuts, but I was like, how do I dose a circus peanut? How do I get the sacrament into it? I was like, well, I can just grind up some mushrooms and put it in some chocolate and dip it in chocolate. And it looked like shit. Literal, it looked like turds.
Oh my gosh. Were they good though?
No.
That's a great idea, actually.
They were
That's
not good at all.
shit.
Wow. You think it would be good?
They were magical shits.
Huh.
I do like those Mighty Bears, you know, the gummy worms or the gummy bears in the chocolate. Those are pretty cool.
The idea was good, but once you taste it, I was like, it was not good. But it's banana dipped in chocolate.
Yeah. You think it'd be great?
Maybe I just need to try again with a different chocolate. I don't know.
Eric, you were talking about this the other day. You know what is good that reminds me of that? Have you ever had Dirt and Worms?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those were great.
With the Oreos.
Yeah,
man, with some vanilla ice cream, and then they put crushed up Oreos and then gummy worms inside. I love that because whenever you eat those gummy worms with that cold ice cream, it like makes it really like tough, like chewy. It's really super good.
You ever go to Freddy's Frozen Custard?
That's where yes, sir. That's where I get it from. That's what me and a friend were talking about the other day. Yeah.
But we used to make it when I was a kid. We'd use chocolate pudding and Oreo crumbles to make like a dirt mix. And you'd have to use...
I'm not a huge chocolate fan, so I like the balance.
You have to use one of those beach sand buckets and a shovel.
You're right. Normally, right. Yeah.
With the worms sticking out of it and everything.
I'm sure I've seen it at the beach like that before, honestly.
You got to make it fun.
Yeah. It's really good. It's a weird, unique flavor combination.
Nerdy, do they have Charleston chews out there?
Oh, I love them.
I love them
Pretty
frozen.
good.
I was
Yeah,
just going
man.
to say that. You read my mind. Yes.
Frozen.
Yeah.
They're so
Freeze
good.
them. It is
Yeah.
worth it.
Mm,
You
they
take them right
snap.
out of the freezer and right
Yeah.
in your
Don't let them
mouth.
sit too long though, or else they get too hard.
Crumble. They're so good. Ugh,
Yeah.
it's delicious.
The
I love
strawberry
them.
ones are amazing.
Yeah.
I like the
Never
strawberry
had
ones.
strawberry.
Mm.
Agreed. Man, I'm such a candy nerd.
Like I said, I love it. Something casual, to break up the monotony of the agreements and stuff. Something that everybody can relate to, whether they even eat sugar or not, right?
Sure. But yeah,
Yeah,
there's
everybody's had candy.
there's different snacks and stuff that don't have sugar in them too. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, and I've
sugar.
actually showed a couple of them on the show. Ones that are either low sugar or no sugar, and they're just honestly, the candy companies are getting good at this stuff, dude.
They're
Back maybe
getting
10
good.
years ago, sugar-free candies weren't that good, but now they're really good.
Speaking
And they don't
of,
give you the poops.
since I have the Mexican candy today, there's another one that's called Slaps. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or seen it. I might have to bring it on the show just to show it off.
Maybe.
It's on a sucker stick. Those little, just a white paper stick.
Right.
But it's basically like a fruit roll up on one of those sticks, and it's like big old round,
Like a
fruit
sugar
roll-up,
daddy.
like a sugar daddy, but it's flat, and it's
Right.
on one of those sticks. But the whole idea is you take other candies, you take Skittles or Starburst or some gummy bears and shit. You put it inside there and you wrap it and fold it up, and then you eat it off of the stick.
Huh.
It's cool. So it takes any other candy and it takes it fill it with Pop Rocks. Oh,
I've seen people do this with fruit roll-ups and put grapes in them in like Sour Patch Kids, different fruits and candies and stuff, and then freeze them because it creates like a hard, crispy texture whenever you freeze them, right? But again, it's one of those things that you can't let them sit for too long because the moisture in the freezer will get to them and it'll make them like really super chewy. So you have to it's like a fine window with these things. Same thing with Reese's. I noticed it's like they're better if you wait, like put them in the freezer and wait just like an hour or so, like where they're not completely frozen, but they get really cold.
I love frozen Reese's too.
So good, dude.
One of the
With
only
chocolate,
ways
like
you can get it completely out of the wrapper without it sticking.
Yeah. Otherwise, when they're warm, they suck when they all stick to the paper.
Why have they not fixed this problem yet? It's got to be a problem of chocolate to peanut butter ratio.
Then you look like a nut. You try to like scrape the wrapper with your teeth to get the rest of the Reese's off of the wrapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheers, everyone. Yeah, we see our lurkers in our hearts. If you guys are looking in the chat, we see you guys. What's up? Cheers. Thank you all for being here.
So real.
Cool. Yep, we got one more reading on the four agreement, or not the four agreements, but the second agreement. Don't take things personally. So we're going to talk a little bit more about it. We haven't finished talking about it yet.
Yeah. Well,
And then
next
we'll move
Friday we'll
on.
touch on it one more time before we can move on to the next agreement.
Let me grab my Wayback book real fast so I can give us a sneak peek of what our next Wayback Wednesday is going to be. We just spoke about last week we spoke about what is your why?
What is your why?
And that's
There we
that
go. That's
book
gonna be a
that,
good one.
Derek was showing.
That's gonna be a good one.
Listen More Than You Talk is next week, and I have a Alan Watts quote on that to go with that. Maybe a video if I can find one. And yeah, it's gonna be really good. The quote here is from Bernard M.
Baruch.
Is that his name? Baruch?
Baruch?
Okay.
Baruch?
Maybe. Bernard M. Bernard M.B. He says here, the most successful people that I've known are the ones doing more listening than talking.
Good
So
old
much you
B.
can learn when you walk in a room, and don't try to act like you know everything.
Yep.
You can learn more. Because if you act like you know everything, people are going to assume you know everything, so they're not going to want to teach you. But even if you know more than them, you can learn a lot by keeping your mouth shut. I love it. We'll get into that.
Good old BB.
Cheers. Nurse, Gypsy, Joe's, Mike, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 2 PM EST, lunchtime Mountain Time, and we'll do the Doors. Talk about the Doors. How I usually do this, I'll either throughout the week and the day before the show, I'll have my notes prepped up, and then I'll listen to the song Saturday, getting ready for the show to get in the mood, get in the vibe for it, and then yeah.
Take
What does it say here?
orange Jello and mix in vanilla
that
ice
sounds
cream.
good.
You got Orangesicle.
That
Okay,
sounds
Smart.
good.
That's genius.
good idea. Genius idea. I'm gonna have to give that a try.
You were talking about freezing stuff earlier. It made me think of something my daughter taught me. Is you can take grapes and coat them in Jello and then freeze them, and it creates this coating on it, and it's crispy, and it's a really, really cool, neat treat.
A hack that you could do, speaking of low sugar, no sugar, you can take those grapes, freeze them, but before you freeze them, squirt a little bit of lemon juice and lime juice on them, and then put them in the freezer, and they taste just like Sour Patch Kids, like a natural version of Sour Patch. Yep, really good.
I love it.
I used to love I'm sorry, go ahead.
Speaking of Sour Patch Kids, you can take those Sour Patch Kids and coat them with chamoy and tahini, put them in the freezer. Oh man! And a bonus hack: chop up some watermelon and mix them together. Like eat the Sour Patch Kids with the tahini and chamoy with watermelons. Oh man! Come back and let me know how that works for you. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I used to like a drink. It was like a screwdriver, but with Malibu, and that kind of tasted like a creamsicle.
Okay.
The Malibu coconut rum would add that. I don't know how it worked. I mean, that's coconut rum and orange juice, but it ended up tasting like a creamsicle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty cool drink. Low alcohol level drink too. So we could drink out.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else, you guys?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Also, go ahead. If you guys got mycology questions, y'all reach out to Nerdy. He can help you out. If you need growing supplies, agars, spore syringes, stuff like that, just reach out. Nerdy's here to help you. He's the mycology guy.
Right. I have been extra busy this week, so I've been kind of behind schedule, but I'm getting caught up.
Sweet.
Slowly but surely, I'm trying to get caught up. It's always another event. I'm always working at the next event. So
I was blown away by the one that I went to recently this weekend, man. It was really good.
Good.
I learned a lot.
I felt ill-prepared and inadequate, but thank you. Thank you for the encouragement. And the
welcome to Mystic Journeys. We're always here and unprepared.
But yeah, tonight I still got to make I got to finish reducing one of my extracts, and then my other extract I finished reducing yesterday. It's a water-based one. I gotta I gotta make some gummies and figure it out. I just finished cleaning my molds, and I gotta make some gummies.
Whatever you do, just keep some to the side so you can test the degradation rate of it.
Yeah, that too. But right now, I got to see if it even. This is my first time doing a water extract, and I have a lot of doubts whether it even worked properly.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll keep modifying my techniques and keep improving as I learn more information, and we'll see how it goes. I'll have a lot of testers tomorrow. A lot of testers tomorrow.
Sweet, man.
But as I was saying, Chris, one of his things is the pink flamingo. His screen name is Myco Mingo because he's like a flamingo. So everything's pink. He loves the pink. So I'm thinking about making a batch of pink lemonade marshmallows.
Ooh.
I think that I don't know. I might get it in tonight. I might not. I got to at least make the gummies. We'll see. I don't know. I hope he's not watching.
I think that would be my favorite one. So far, the grapes are my favorite.
He told me to it.
Right.
But yeah, that could be.
I love the grape the best because it's like not a traditional marshmallow. It has a really like candy grape flavor, like a Jolly Rancher. It's very good. I love it. Cheers, Phillips, Mikey, Joe, Streety, everyone. Nurse. Cheers, guys. Thank y'all for being here. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Riffing with HB, and then we'll be back Monday. Thank y'all for tuning in. remember, practice your daggum agreements, guys. Don't be impeccable with your word. Don't say things personally. Don't make assumptions, and always do your best. And I'll throw in the fifth one for you guys. Be skeptical and learn to listen, because as we're going to talk about here Wednesday, you learn more by listening than you do by talking. 100%. Never miss an opportunity to shut up. Anything else, you guys?
It's going to be a good week next week. We got a good lineup. It looks
Cool.
like we just got to figure
Thanks,
out.
Derek.
We need to pick out a new show for Monday because we finished watching Common Side Effects. So if anyone has any input that's already like a contributor, somebody that's like paying $5 a month or more, if you're like an actual supporter, you can help us choose what we want to watch. We have access to just about anything you can think of. And we're watching it privately. You know, it's not like it's some public viewing or something. This is exclusive content for just our supporters.
Okay, sweet. And
that just reminded me, we have the right to remain silent, just not the ability.
Not always, anyway.
Oh, that's good. So true.
Cool. Yeah, if you guys want to suggest a movie, meet us over on Discord. You can just type it in the general chat, and we'll get back to you guys' message. We'll add it to our list. We could actually even do a poll. Maybe we should do that. Yeah, when we get a couple submissions, we'll do a poll for you guys. Cheers. Thank you guys, and y'all have a good night. We'll see you guys tomorrow and then Monday for another Mystic Journeys. Bye, everyone.